Yo, what it do? SmashaMan in the building, man. Got something super hot and special for y'all today, boy. I'm talking about straight out the archives, baby. Talking about that throwback. Well, one of the best games of my life, my career. One of the best games in BC history. Honestly, this game helped was one of the games that we needed to lock in the region. For that year. Um, this game right here, man, ain't nothing but guts, bro. I'm talking about first off, we coming out of halftime. They won the toss, they kicked, so we gotta give it back. We down 22-7. Um, later in the third quarter, in the third quarter, they also scored again. So I'd have made it 29-7. Um, and we had to swing it from there, man. Talk 22 points. That's a three possession game. A three possession game with if you with an extra point high, but it's three possessions though. With less than two quarters. Now for you to do this, we also doing this with a backup kicker. I'm sorry. Apologies. Backup quarterback, because I start quarterback. I'm one of the key players on offense. Honestly, yeah. I'm talking about star, impact player. Ain't no regular quarterback. Big part of the reason we won the offense that we do. Option style, veer style offense. The third quarter, we also in the third quarter, impact play on actually two went down, but a real impact play on defense, he goes down early in the third quarter. So that's when I had to step in. I only played offense in the space. I played special teams. I was played punt team and field goal team. And receiving team. Kickoff return. I had to step up, man. Shit. They had to play DN, defensive end, linebacker, and slot back. You had to play that, man. So right here, man, it's all about guts, man. So without further ado, go ahead and crank this boy off, man.
And welcome back, everybody. Nice halftime.
This is year 2000, though.
It's interesting. It's 22-7 in favor of Benedictine, in favor of Glen Academy over Benedictine, we should say. I'm Bill Edwards, along with Ty Rakovic, getting ready for the
offense been clicking on all cylinders this game.
The kids did a great job putting the halftime show together. But if there was ever a halftime show, they should have stayed for.
Exactly.
I mean,
kicking on all cylinders.
The band was just outstanding.
Facts, bro.
They did. Let's see. They did Celebrate by Kool and the Gang, and they did.
We didn't have a. We didn't have a. I went to all boys military Catholic high school, so we didn't have no band. So whoever we played that Friday night or whatever, they brought their band. That was the band.
It was not from Georgia at all. A fellow named Hoagie Carmichael.
Well, I tell you what,
Indiana.
The two best bands year in and year out that we've been able to see is like you said, Glenn, and when we played there, and then in the playoffs, Lowndes County has done an excellent job with their band and give.
We'll help these gentlemen commentate tonight.
They work hard and they come out here to perform, and I believe they were extremely entertaining to the Benedictine crowd.
Well, Ty, it's going to be.
Start strong, finish strong.
Benedictine,
this is where it comes from, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And so they're going to be receiving the opening kickoff, so they have the
no excuses
going into halftime, and now they have now they get the football back. John Porzio gets ready to kick it away.
Well, the last thing they want to do is allow Glenn to come out in this second half and set the tone with some sort of score. And they need to stop him here. And
that's cool, fellas.
I was talking with the BC coaches at halftime. They said this is not.
All right.
Well,
interesting situation.
That was a real good call. That's a real good call. We just didn't capitalize on it because we already playing from behind, playing uphill. We got to get the ball back because it seemed like every time they got the ball, they either drove the field and scored, or drove the field and almost scored. And we couldn't we had to stop bleeding, man. You got to stop bleeding.
Situation right there. What they tried to do was actually tried a little onside kick, tried to kick a line drive over here and give, I believe that was either Cody Thomas or somebody a chance to run underneath it, but he kicked it a little bit too hard.
Cody Thomas, that's that impact play on defense that go down.
And so what they've actually done is they're going to give Glenn an opportunity to get good field position here to start the second.
And our quarterback, LO, Mr. Owens, he went down before we went into halftime, so he never came back out. I mean, well, he came back out, but he never touched the field back in the second half.
Glenn will take the ball at the point where it went out of bounds, which will be right around the 46-yard line.
Got like half the field to work with.
Something happen immediately.
Great field position.
It was a good call. What they had seen was that this lineman over here on this side for Glenn takes off a little quick there and is not holding his position, so they came over.
Shout out to RP3, Mr. Attributes. Shout out to the man child, Cody Thomas. That's the impact player right there that goes down. Shout out to Naughty Walker too. Two Jam in the house. See, that's the squad. See, in our coalition, that BBC coalition. Some of us played. Some of them played defense. Mostly all of them played defense. Me and T Brown, shout out T Brown. Me and him holding it down on the offense. Offense side of the ball, baby.
A little bit too hard and didn't give his people an opportunity to get to the ball.
So Glenn is going to take it over with great field position with the
awesome
quarter
field
about
position.
To get started.
Crazy. Look at him running a spread.
As Franco Johnson brings up his squad.
Twins over there? No, trips over there.
Well, split wide to the left. And the give is
see, that's what they was doing. See, now what they want to do, now what they're doing, they spreading us out. Because man, we was a run stop defense. Well, with Cody Thomas, and what's his name, man? He went down. Palmer. When Cody Thomas and Chris Palmer was on the field, we really had a solid pass defense also. But without them, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. But we could stop the run. And see, that's why it's all about preparation and game plan. Glenn had watched film, and they said, if we could beat them, we're gonna beat them. We gotta go at what they're not strong at. So that's why they're coming out in this spread trips just to run it down the veer, off tackle type stuff, man.
Tackles and doesn't look like
spreading us out because they're spreading us out so they can use their speed.
Grover Collins was the first defensive lineman for BC.
Shout out to Grove, man, child.
Penetration in the backfield and actually hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to fall forward for the game.
Spreading us out.
So 2nd down and 8.
Look, see what I mean? Hold on. Let's go back. So I can show you what I'm talking about.
And the give is going to go straight ahead to Brian Wise, and Wise pulls off a couple of tackles. And
reason they eating us up with this past game. Check this out. I'm sure.
Grover Collins was the first defensive lineman for BC. Made good penetration in the backfield and actually hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to fall forward for the game.
Check this out.
So 2nd down and 8.
Bill, that is not a defensive back. His name is Patrick Moore. He plays defensive end. So he has to come out here and cover. Come on, because they're spreading us out. Then you got you got RP3. He attributes. He's not a DB. He's a defensive end / linebacker. Run stopper. He can play the pass, but he's a run stopper, man. He out here, and you know what I'm saying? So it's taking him out of his comfort zone, man. Look at that. So you got to spread out. So you got us with 1, 2. You got us with 4 down linemen. A 4-man front with 1 linebacker. That's 5. All right. Then we got DB. We got Naughty Walker over here. The reason he's able to come up and play so close because they don't have a receiver over here. So he's really helping out, but he has to pay the pass first. He has to because he's a DB. He's an impact player, defense, best cornerback on the team. So he as a quarterback, he has to play the pass first. He has to be disciplined and stay in his position. He can't take himself out of the play because if something comes back door, that's it. He's the only one over here. That's him. You see what I'm saying? So he has to be very, very smart about what he chooses to do. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have five. They got their center, the 2 guards, the 2 tackles, a tight end, and a running back. All right, that's 6 blocking 5. Yeah, I'm gonna add him in there, but see, that's really 6 blocking 5, bro. Because say if they brought one of these receivers on this other side of the field, that's taking Nod out of the equation for what he's doing right now. So then that's 6 on 5.
Give is going to go once again to Wise. Wise bouncing off some folks, but trying to run laterally.
We was able to make a good play on defense that game, that play right there, because we got penetration. Everything it starts in the trenches, man. If you could push if it's a defense, if you could push the line of scrimmage back 2 yards, that 2nd and 8 now turns to 2nd and technically it's 2nd and 10 because we done pushed it back. We done pushed the line of scrimmage back.
He can't find the hole and he gets knocked down.
Bill, one of the things they're talking with Coach Walsh at halftime,
Look at that.
head coach.
Remember that Patrick, what I told you? That plays he wasn't an impact player, but he did his job. He did his job. He is a complimentary player. But granted, he's a sophomore, you know. So yeah, but I say that this is the play he gets hurt. He goes down. Dropping like flies, man.
He said that in all the games that he's watched Glenn so far this year, that is the best half of execution that they have ever done.
Yeah,
the whole season long
I think he plays one more play,
so far,
but he hurt.
Done anything like what they
he hurt.
performed anything like that.
He hurt.
Playing against Benedictine
Look
brought
at
out the best in Glen Academy, and that good penetration in the backfield and actually hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to fall forward for the game.
So 2nd down and 8.
All right. I'm gonna let this play in there. I want you to watch him after this play.
Give is going to go once again to Wise. Wise bouncing off some folks, but trying to run laterally.
Watch his body language.
Can't find the hole, and he gets knocked down.
Look at his body language.
One of the things they're talking with Coach Walsh at halftime.
Look at him. He hurt.
Longtime head coach for
Glenn.
He said that in all the games
I think he hurt his hand or something.
Glenn so far this year, that is the best
Look at him holding that right hand.
that they have ever done the whole season long on offense. They've seen every game so far.
But
they've
playing
not
through
done
it.
anything like what they performed anything like
playing
that.
through the pain right
playing
now.
Against Benedictine brought out the best in Glen Academy in that
Look
first
at him.
half.
Same thing, same
Sometimes
formation,
we'll do
just switch sides. Going to the wide side of the field.
Back to pass is Johnson. Johnson fires it out, and it's going to be overthrown.
That was the play right there.
For Blake Ferguson.
That was the play right there that was eating us up the whole first half. They had so much success off that play and that formation right there. It was crazy.
And that play worked like a charm in the first half.
Facts.
Picked up about 45 yards, but that one goes incomplete, and it brings up 4th down and 8. So just like that, they're going to have to punt it away.
Well, Patrick Moore, the actually deep.
It's the best quality I can get you. Okay.
Defensive end for for BC had moved out here to cover that inside receiver, and when he tried to loop outside, he got in between him and caused that ball to be thrown very high. So again, like you said, the onside kick attempt does not backfire. They will lose a little bit in field position.
3 and out. Yeah, we was able to get them off the field.
Defending against Glenn.
So Glenn is about to punt it away here. This is only their 2nd punt of the night, and they get a little bit of a.
Well, if we could have got that one, could have swung it early.
On the kick, and BC guys almost had a chance to block it. Ran into the kicker, but they.
Well, they're saying that Cody Thomas actually got
Cody Thomas.
The first thing I watched
Impact player.
to do was give a remark, and he gave the tip of his fingers mark, saying that Cody Thomas had gotten a little bit of it, which means it was okay to run into the kicker. So, but the bad part is he should have, but I don't know how it went by him.
Ain't that the truth? 22-7 is
Let's
the
go.
score. BC trailing by 15.
Back up,
And Andrew,
quarterback.
or rather Matthew Dotson handing it off.
What we didn't want to say too much of right here at halftime, we did find out that it looks like Lamar Owen, the quarterback, fine quarterback for BC, will not play in the second half. He has a pinched nerve in his left shoulder.
When it rains, it pours,
It's
man.
non-throwing, but his left shoulder, they may be trying to ice it down. You may see him later, but it does not look like he's going to play in the second half. So they're going to have to turn it over to Matthew Dotson, who's gotten a lot of quality playing time so far this year.
Yeah, so the sophomore, and he's done a great job while he's been in there.
But he's not the passer that Lamar is.
No, indeed. So Dotson brings him up. Ziegler goes in motion. Pitch back goes to Ziegler. Ziegler trying to find something on the corner and has nothing. Is going to lose about a yard or two, and it's going to bring up third down and about 13 or 14.
Unfortunately for BC, all that offense they had at first, I do see for everything they were trying to be able to do there in the passing yards is going to change a little bit. They've got to become a little bit more of a run-oriented team, try to chip away at this lead on the ground.
Their defensive line was so fast, man.
I'm looking to see if Lamar's even on the sideline.
Stay with pressure.
See him. He may be over in the locker room trying to get ice down. They may be trying to work on that shoulder, see if they can loosen it up for him.
Okay, we won't have a chance to look at that play again.
Shout out to T. Brown.
Dotson brings him up.
Yours truly. Athlete. Fullback. Tight end. Wide receiver. Slot back. Whatever you need me to do, Coach.
Dotson, a well-known name in athletics in this town, as Randy Gill goes in motion left. Dotson back to pass, looking for somebody. Eludes tacklers right and left. He may have to just take off, which he does, and is going to lose some more yardage as he goes out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. So he loses about 2 or 3 more yards on the play, trying
Giving
to
the ball right back.
And it's fourth down and about 18.
Dotson rolled out right there, but had to put it down. I do see Lamar on the sideline, and they're tending to that shoulder. Might be able to get a shot of him right there. They're putting.
It's the captain on the punt team, so I called the snap. I counted my players, made sure everybody was in their right positions, and I caught the snap.
He is not going to come back in. They're putting him into a sling on the sideline on his left shoulder, which is non-throwing side, which is good. But unfortunately, that means that they're going to play the rest of this game without their biggest offensive threat.
So John Porzio in to kick it away, standing just ahead of his 10-yard line, and gets that one up high. Kick, not very long, but really high, and taken there by Blake Ferguson, who gets back on his feet and finally gets smeared by Travis West, but not before.
See how much ground I had to cover?
Nice yardage, and there's a BC player down on the play. That's number 15, Cody Thomas, and they can't afford to lose him.
Now, Cody's one of the leading tacklers on defense and does a great job.
That was a high kick, man. That kick was high enough. That kick was high enough for me to go back. That kick was high enough. Wait a second. All right. That kick was high enough for me to because I can't release until he kicks that ball. So, you got the headhunters, you got the guys on the line, or the outside guys, the Hawks. They gon' tie that ball snap. I can, as my job, I have to make sure the ball gets kicked, so it gets punted off. So I can't leave my position. I can't leave my post until that ball leaves off his foot. And I was able to, with the cover, the kick was so high, I was able to cover enough field to be the man on the tackle. And he didn't really to get down there and almost meet the ball perfect.
Rest of this game without their biggest offensive threat.
So John Porzio in to kick it away, standing just
back here now,
ahead of his 10-yard line.
Ball kick.
And gets that.
All right.
High.
Now I've released.
Really high.
Now I'm chasing the ball.
Taken there by Blake Ferguson, who gets back on his feet and finally gets smeared by Travis West, but not before He picks up some nice yardage, and there's a BC player down on the play. That's number 15, Cody Thomas. And they can't afford to lose him.
Now, Cody's one of the leading tacklers on defense and does a
This
great
when
job.
he went down. Another one of them fell.
On special teams of getting down the field.
He ain't coming
Cody up on all fours right now. So play will be suspended. We're just underway in the third quarter, 8:49 to go, and 22-7.
Less than 9 minutes
is the score
in the third
when
quarter.
You think things are really going for BC, they were able to stop them there, and then we find out that what we thought there at halftime.
That was big right there, man.
All right, while we're waiting on the injury here to see what's going on, let's take a pause for this with the score 22-7 and 8:49 to play.
Busy.
The bicycling.
Back to live.
And again, this is year 2000.
Didn't get very much out to John Moody.
We'll give BC a lot of credit right there. They ran the sweep to the wide side of the field, and those guys did a good job of stringing it out. Looked like Moody was finally going to get a chance to turn the corner, but I think that was Stephen.
Now I believe this is when I'm on the field playing.
Yeah, he ran out of
playing
room.
Iron Man football now.
And 8. Johnson dropping to pass again. Little screen, going to go to Moody. Moody's going to get loose. He puts those moves on and going right and left and just dances away from defenders and goes all the way down to about the 28-yard line, where he finally gets knocked out of bounds. Pickup of about 15 on the play.
Covered a lot of field.
Where he stutter stepped and gave a hard step to his right. Really made Cody Thomas and Stephen Doan, and I think Brian McBride.
They have me filling in for the impact player that we lost.
Pick up yardage right there. This is a very fragile time for BC right here. They give up a touchdown. It'll be tough for BC to come back without the services of Lamar.
You heard him.
Give is going to go to Brian Wise.
No.
Wise breaking tackles and finally gets
Fox
down
football.
after about a 3-yard gain. It's
See, I'm looking at the football. I'm using my hands. And I'm, shedding my blocks, and I'm looking at the football. So instead of me going up the field, I see he done broke. Basically, instead of going up the field, I'm going lateral now. That's how I need to find my angle to the ball. Check it out.
Yeah, he ran out of room.
Shed my block.
2nd down and 8.
I'm the DN right here now.
Johnson dropping to pass again.
Next play.
Go to Moody. Moody's going to get loose. He puts those moves on and going right and left and just
play to the whistle blow, baby.
Defenders and goes all the way down.
The next play is what we're talking about. I shared the block instead of going up the field with lateral.
Pickup of about 15 on the play.
That little freeze move he makes where he stutter stepped and gave a hard step to his right really made Cody Thomas and Stephen Doan, and I think Brian McBride just stopping their tracks.
Goosebumps, man.
Then Moody turned it on there, was able to pick up yardage right there. This is a very fragile time for BC right here. They give up a touchdown.
That's me on the end.
Tough for BC to come back without the
shed the block, come lateral down. Instead of going up, shed the block and come down.
Give is going
to find the football right there.
Wise,
see, find the football.
Tackles and finally gets all down after about a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
We'll give Taylor Rock and several others up front right there
for
BC. Travis West, you see getting up off the tackle for what looked like a very little gain, but again, as you still look up and see where the marker is, he picked up a good full 3 yards.
Going into 8 minutes, still down.
Yeah, maybe even 4.
2 possession game right now.
Glenn looking
down
for
by
a nail
15
right here to put in the coffin if they can get a score here.
Trying to look at the commentators, man.
Their star quarterback. As the give is going to go to Wise. Wise dancing through another hole again, and he picks up some big yardage.
Good tackle,
all the way down to about the 12.
That's a good tackle, the way he came up and played that DB, man.
Right there. They found a hole and was able to scoot up there, like you said. For
shout out to Doan, Stephen Doan, man.
Down, puts him down.
Real cool cat.
Was that on the 12-yard line where they could still pick up another first down without getting a touchdown?
Yep. Clock rolling at 7:35 to go, third period, 22-7 in favor of Glenn already.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Handoff once again to Wise. Wise dancing through that same hole again. Unbelievable. He goes down to about the 5.
Well, BC's in a four-man front, which they have somebody over that left guard, and he's taking on the guard right there. But what Wise is doing, he's taking a little half a step, stutter step to his left, and running between the guard and the tackle where there's nobody at, and he's able to get upfield. With these three receivers out there, it's only leaving Matt Tuttle in the middle back there by himself. He's having a hard time covering all the field.
Wise is going to get it.
Nothing.
And going to get clobbered immediately.
Well, Matt Tuttle came on a middle
Check that
strike
out.
right there. Came through clean and was able to get him just to hand it off.
Anytime they ran that ball my way, man.
Wise dancing through that same hole again.
Anytime they ran that ball my way when I was on my line, they got nothing.
Well, BC's in a four-man front, which they have
Nothing.
somebody over that left guard, and he's taking on the guard.
Anytime.
Right there. What Wise is doing, he's taking a little half a step, stutter step to his left, and running between the guard and the tackle where there's nobody at, and he's able to get upfield. With these three receivers out there, it's only leaving Matt Tuttle
I'm all the way out
back there by
my
himself.
comfort
He's having a hard
zone.
time
I ain't
covering
practiced
all
this
the
all
field.
week. Shit the
Wise
block.
is going to get
Nothing.
it and going to get clobbered immediately.
Nothing.
Well, Matt Tuttle came on a middle stunt right there. Came through clean and was able to get him just to hand it off. If they could, they need to hold him to a field goal to continue to keep this within
Got some big
a
boys,
reasonable
man.
lead to kind of overcome.
3rd and 3
Boys
from the
on the
11.
line.
Matthew Tuttle trying to give his fellow players, a little encouragement there. As Johnson going to give it to Brian Wise
Good.
again.
Right
Wise
the other
going
way.
to bulldoze his way right to the end zone
Whew.
for the touchdown.
Boy, oh boy. So what that make?
Well, I'll tell you what, he just got hit behind
28-7?
that big offensive line. A couple of those guys.
Now we here.
Several
28-7.
other, guys for Glen Academy just pushed his way right into the end zone.
Pushed his way straight in. So with 6:13 to play in the third period,
Start strong,
28-7.
finish strong.
Red
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
And Joey Bullen bulls it through. Let's make it 29.
Let's
So
go.
Benedictine finds
No break
himself
for me,
down
though. Because guess
22
what?
points.
I'm on the
6:13
receiving
to
team,
play
and I'm
in
on
the
the
third period. And
Well, the only thing
Iron
that makes
Man
Glen Academy
football,
happier
bro.
than winning is knowing that Brunswick
Almost
is losing.
6
We got a
minutes
report,
in the second
that,
half.
Wayne County is
29-7.
everybody's year to pay back Brunswick
yeah,
for what they've done the last couple of years. They have not called off the dogs, and they've really
And
they are getting hammered.
they've isolated them.
Food for thought. How they do it. 1 year you play it, 1 year you're home, 1 year you're away. So the year previous to this, when we played Glen and Glen. We beat them. That was our junior year. So as those juniors that's becoming seniors for this game, this is a redemption game for them. That's why they coming out playing so hard, man. So they want to get back. They probably circled this game on their calendar, man, when the schedule came out. Facts.
This year because
It's come home to roost.
And they said we can
right
return
now,
the favor in their
Wayne
house.
County 42-7, and that was at halftime. So Brunswick enjoyed those 2 years of success, and I'll tell you what, you reap what you sow. And a couple of those games, maybe they should have called off the dogs a little bit in return this year.
I just don't understand that when you're way ahead of
Well, it proves nothing has to. There's no BCS and all that stuff where you need to win and things. W's a W. 1 or 100 points, it doesn't matter. It only counts for one in the win column.
That's right. And Bullen really drills this one down. Ziegler's going to take it right at the goal line. He's up to the 10, reverses his field, trying to get away, and he finally gets away from a couple of guys, but can't. Everything else finally caught up with him. Everybody else caught up with him, and he goes down at about the 14-yard line. Just a great kick by Joey Bullen. And this kid's a sophomore.
Yeah, well, Tony Floyd was the cornerback. He was about the 8th person to hit Ziegler. If he could have stood up for a couple more hits, he could have made it through because the other 8 people had already hit him and not wrapped up. Ziegler did a good job of staying up, trying to get some yardage. But
Got a
probably
lot of work. They got a
goal
lot of
in
field to
the
work
cover on
with,
the one,
baby.
Only got it out to the 13. So let's see what if Matt Dodson can put something together for BC on this
Let's
drive.
go.
Well, they got a long way to go and a short time to get there, as old Jerry Reed once said. The handoff is going to go to Travis West. West trying to get outside. He gets some nice yardage up to about the 20-yard line. About 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5.
Let's look at that one more time.
Tony Floyd on the tackle for.
Check that out one more time.
Get some nice yardage up to about the 20-yard line.
Get it made it through because the other.
He gets some nice yardage.
Matt Dodson can put something together for BC on this drive.
Well, they got a long way to go and a short time to get there, as old Jerry Reed once said. The handoff is going to go to Travis West. West trying to get outside.
Always going to take. That's what I had prided myself in, man.
About 5 yards
it's
on the play.
Two things. One more time. Two things
Tony
so I can show
Floyd
you
on
what
the
I'm
tackle
talking about.
for Glen Academy. A little misdirection.
Two things. Two things, man. One
in the win column.
One person never gonna tackle.
And Bullen
it's always gonna take one more than one of them to tackle.
Right at the
I don't care.
Line. He's
and
the 10 reverses a steal,
two,
trying to get away, and he.
If I get tackled, I'm gonna be the first one up.
Everything
you
else
see what I'm saying? Straight up. I prided myself in that. That's what it was. And I'm always gonna fall forward, no matter what. I'm never falling backwards. I'm always falling forward. I'm always keeping my feet
to hit Ziegler. If he could have stood up for a couple more hits, he could have made it through because the other 8 people had already hit him and not wrapped up. Ziegler did a good job of staying up, trying to get some yardage, but probably should have let that kick go in the end zone. He cut it on the 1, only got it out to the 13. So let's see what if Matt Dodson can put something together for BC on this drive.
Well, they got a long way to go and a short time to get there, as old Jerry Reed once said. The handoff is going to go to Travis West. West trying to get outside. He gets some nice yardage up to about the 20-yard line. About 5 yards on the play.
First one up.
5.
Tony Floyd on the tackle for Glen Academy. A little misdirection, counter play. He was able to get up and get good yardage. 2nd and 5, put it into a good situation. That's what BC needs to do. I thought they ran him out of bounds, but the clock continues to run.
Yeah, I thought he got out of bounds too, but the clock is rolling. 5:34, third period.
We got played on that one. They're supposed to stop that clock. Now I'm the up, babe. We in shotgun, baby.
Second down, a long 5 for the Cadets. Dodson picks up the low snap, fires across the middle.
Kenny.
Great catch.
Kenny O'Neill
gets
smeared as soon as he catches it. I mean, he was killed.
Man, that freshman there, boy, that's my guy there.
Once again,
this was his breakout game. This was his coming out party, man.
Well, I tell you what, the one thing that it says in the Benedictine press guide about him is that he should be one of the finer receivers to come out of BC before it is through, and he's just a freshman. And I would have to say that prognostication might be an understatement. He's already made some big catches just as a freshman. He continues to get better and better. He's going to have some opportunities as he moves on down the line.
First down for the Cadets, and not a bad play by Mr. Dodson either.
No, not at all either.
You say this.
Maybe not give him enough credit.
One thing I didn't mention. When Elo went down and Matty Ice had to step in, he was very, very nervous, man. He was very, very nervous. Because if Lamar didn't get hurt, he wasn't gonna see the field at all. So mentally, he's like, it's more on the side that he thinking he's not gonna play. But once the reality had set in that you going in, I seen the nerve. I seen it on his face, man. I seen it on his face. So this is what I did. I stepped to him. I said, "Hey, you good?" It's like, "Yeah." I said, "No, you good?" It's like, man, they he basically has to manage it. Everybody coming free because they seem like somebody was coming free every time, man. I'm talking about like, whew. And he didn't want to take that punishment. So I said, "You worry about that." I asked myself, like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. trust me. I said, you rock with me, right? He's like, yeah. I said, you rock with me. He said, yeah. Because, man, you know, that was my dude. I said, you rock with me, right? He's like, yeah. I said, trust me. I ain't going to let nobody touch you. And then we like, all right. You rocking with me? He's like, yeah. I said, man, ain't nobody going to touch you. Just have confidence. Have confidence in yourself. Make your throws. Make your transitions. You know, use your speed. I told, because he had speed. That's one thing. His speed is very underrated. I said, use your speed when you have to, but trust me, that fear that you have of taking that punishment, you ain't gonna get no punishment. I'm gonna lay out all the punishment for you. I promise you. Just trust me. Stay. Just make the passes. Don't worry about that. Take that off your plate. I got you.
Right there for getting the ball and staying in the pocket.
And throws this one sort of up for grabs. And it was a jump ball. And Nardis Walker, or rather Travis Drayton, was the one who had the biggest shot at it.
Key word that commentator just, I'm glad I just said that. Key word that commentator just said, stay in the pocket. He didn't panic. One moment. We got a BBC member calling us right now. Yo, what's up, bros? Huh? Oh, hey. I'm on live right now. You want me to send you the invite? I'm on go to YouTube, man. I'm streaming live on the platform. What's up? Next week Saturday? Okay. Say no more. Next week Saturday. Okay, no doubt. I got you. That's done. You well, all you gotta do is just go. Let me see if it'll let me. Matter of fact, hold on. What I have to do? Go to YouTube right now. All right, and then you know how you go to my channel. When you go to my channel, it'll show live. Yeah, this is a special throwback classic today. Okay, got you. Oh, I see you. Okay, I got you. All right, bet it up. Sure. All right. That right there was that's my bros. Oh, hold up. That right there was my bros. QE Stones. Calling the chat. Told them to go ahead and lock in, man. And see if they key point. I didn't add that. Key point about this game also right here. He wasn't even playing. He was hurt. So man, it was all kind of things with down that season, man. Yeah, I believe he got hurt. Maybe 2 games. 2 games, either 1 or 2 games before this game. We needed him. Oh man, needed him.
I don't know why they weren't going for the interception.
Crazy,
on that
man.
Well, him and Jermaine Johnson, they don't share very well because both of them were fighting for the ball.
Sure were.
And they ran into each other and knocked it down. Dodson was going for Kenny O'Neill on the streak down the sideline and kind of got the ball hung up in this breeze from our left and didn't quite get enough mustard on it there. But the one thing you like right there, unlike some of the ones with Lamar throws, he gave the ball a little bit of air and had a chance to come.
Talking it out with my guy. Hey, I got you.
Somewhere between where Lamar throws and that one's a pretty good pass.
Second down and 10. Dotson from the shotgun. Back
to the
pressure.
20.
Trying to avoid
getting it off. I told you.
And fires it complete.
Told you. I told him. Have confidence in him.
Sidelines for another first down at the 39-yard line.
Good catch. Good pitch. Good catch. Way to move the chain.
Stops the clock.
Well, the one thing I think you were saying about the Dotson name and family, especially in BC, thinking back over his brother, I believe, who was quarterback a few years ago before the McNamara's and all at BC, if I remember correctly. He was a very tenacious little quarterback and did a good job of just what you see him doing right there, kind of picking and choosing and scrambling his way and finding somewhere to get open and finding somebody down the field. He did a good job right there. He
Shout out
doesn't
T.
possess
Brown.
the speed that Lamar does, but sometimes your head can overcome some things maybe your feet can't do.
Well, I tell you, I've got some traditional names on this team. Name of Sowers as well in this town is pretty well known. As Matthew throws it back across the middle, hits Gill again for about a 5-yard gain. Once more up to the 45-yard line.
Well, the one thing that Dotson gives you that Lamar, he's not going to get the happy feet and get upfield, so you're going to have to get back there and get to him. He's going to find somebody down the field to throw it to, even though he doesn't have quite the strength in the arm that Lamar does. He does, like I said, he's finding some open receivers, picked up 5
moving
yards.
The chains. It's all about momentum, man. It's all about momentum now. We're moving that chain, baby.
Things, they're starting to gain a little bit of confidence moving down the field.
So it's second down, long 5, ball just shy of the 45-yard line, BC's own. Dotson still in that shotgun formation. Looking to pass once again. Eluding tacklers, firing upfield, and
I
it's
see
complete.
you accused the live and direct. That's right.
No, that's Andrew.
That's right,
Sowers.
baby.
Complete to Sowers for the first down. What a great job of scrambling by the young sophomore.
Let's get this. Let's see that one more time, man.
First down at the 39-yard line with 4:39 to go, and that out of bounds.
See that one more time.
Stops the clock.
Well, the one thing I think you were saying about the Dotson name and family, especially in BC, thinking back over his brother, I believe, who was quarterback a few years ago before the McNamara's and all at BC, if I remember correctly. He was a very tenacious little quarterback and did a good job of just what you see him doing right there, kind of picking and choosing and scrambling his way and finding somewhere to get open and finding somebody down the field. He did a good job right there. He doesn't possess the speed that Lamar does, but sometimes your head can overcome some things maybe your feet can't do.
Thanks.
Well, I tell you, I've got some traditional names on this team. Name of Sowers as well in this town is pretty well known. As Matthew throws it back across the middle, hits Gill again for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, shout out Randy Gill, man. Randy Gill, that's the cat I had beat out for that fullback position, man. We had to try out.
He's not gonna get the happy feet, get up.
Beat him out, man. Not taking nothing away from him being an athlete.
To throw it to, even though he doesn't have quite the strength in the arm that Lamar does. He does, like I said, he's finding some open receivers, picked up 5 yards. That may not seem like it's a lot, but I tell you what,
trust him.
Starting to set a little bit of tone here, and you're starting to feel some things.
So I told him, I said, man, just trust me. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you.
So it's second down, long 5, ball just shy of the 45-yard line, BC's own. Dotson still in that shotgun formation.
Bam! Look at the blocks. I told you. Look at that. Bam! Told you.
Firing
trust
upfield, and it's complete.
What a nice job.
Yes, sir, man.
No, that's Andrew Sowers.
That was a play.
Sowers for the first down. What
that was
a
great
job of scrambling by the young sophomore.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I'll tell you what, there's no wish we had a replay, folks, because you need to see that again. He got in and out of trouble very easily.
Yeah, you say you want a replay? I'll give you a replay. Made the double blocks on that one. That's it right there. I believe so. Let's see.
And didn't quite get enough mustard on it there. But the one thing you like right there, unlike some of the ones that Lamar throws, he gave Lamar a little bit of air and had a chance to come up and over right there. He just put maybe a little too much air. Somewhere between
caught this one coming this way and cleaned up this one coming from the other way.
Dotson from the shotgun.
Clean him up.
Trying to avoid.
All right, it's the next play.
And fires it complete.
Good job.
To Randy Gill down the sidelines for another first down at the 39-yard line.
Moving the chain.
39 to go, and that out of bounds there.
On the next play is the up back. I crossed my quarterback face. They catch the DN. They catch the DN coming from the DN or the outside linebacker coming from the right side. Blocked him wherever he wanted to go, and followed it all the way to the other side to go ahead and clean that side up for him.
Somewhere to get open and finding somebody down the field. He did a good job right there. He doesn't possess the speed that Lamar does, but sometimes your head can overcome some things maybe your feet can't do.
Well, I tell you, I've got some traditional names on this team. Name of Sowers.
Next play.
as Matthew throws it back across the middle, hits Gill again for about a 5-yard gain, once more up to the 45-yard line.
Next play.
Well, the one thing that Dotson gives you that Marlon, he's not going to get the happy feet, get upfield, so you're going to have to get back there and get to him. He's going to find somebody down the field to throw it to, even though he doesn't have quite the strength in the arm as Lamar does. He does, like I said, he's finding some open receivers, picked up 5 yards. That may not seem like it's a lot, but I tell you what,
Second and 5, second and 6.
A little bit of tone here, and
Check
you're
it
starting
out.
to feel some things. They're starting to gain a little bit of confidence moving down the field.
All right.
So it's second down, long 5, ball just shy of the 45-yard line.
All
BC's
right. All right.
Dotson still on that shot.
Clean up this side.
Looking
all the way, come back and clean up that side.
Including tacklers. Firing up field.
Good pitch, good catch.
Complete.
First down. Way to stay in bounds, baby.
Sowers. Complete to Sowers for the first down. What a great job of scrambling by the young sophomore.
Well, I tell you what, there's no.
Awesome play. Awesome play.
Wish we had a replay, folks, because you need to see that. And again, he got in and out of trouble very easily, maintained his composure, and was able to find Andrew Sowers down the field. Was probably the most impressive part about that. Getting away from all those people is one thing, but then finding somebody down the field, 12 yards down the field for the first down, makes it even better.
Nice catch by Mr. Sowers.
You're right on that, Mr. Q Rivers. You're absolutely right on that.
BC's going to call timeout.
Why?
Well, I saw.
Hey, that's a fact.
All right. Well, with that
is a fact.
We'll take time out for this. Scores 29-7.
Never lie about that one. That is a fact.
Back. Welcome back. 3.5 minutes to go in the third period. BC is behind by 22, 29-7. But the Cadets are on the move here. You see Glenn Academy standing there.
Well, Bill, going back to the timeout, I saw Dotson coming over to the sideline, getting the play.
3.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
In the personnel, so rather than risk a poor play, they called a timeout to come over to the sideline, talk about it, and kind of regroup to go back out and get something positive here to happen.
Wise decision.
Good block.
Dotson rolling right.
Good catch.
Fires complete to O'Neal again.
Let's go, baby.
And all of a sudden, Mr. Dotson is getting a lot more protection. Some good blocking by that line that had been letting some people through earlier.
And they are. And again, one of the things that Matthew doesn't have in his hip pocket is maybe that breakaway speed. So instead of looking maybe to keep and run up the field, he's getting the ball down the field to his receivers. Which
no cap.
Right now they're responding.
No cap. When a quarterback talking in the huddle, nobody else talking. He the only one talking. So the quarterback he's commanding that huddle. He's taking control of that huddle. But honestly, with this game here, I was basically, I was in control. I was making sure everyone in that huddle stayed mentally in the game, because how we was getting our plays in and out. That dude had to run all the way to the down sideline, bro. Get the play, then run all the way back. You know how much stamina, man? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. So when my quarterback was absent out of the huddle, I was his TC. I was making sure this. When I was talking in that huddle, nobody else was talking. You know what I'm saying? This was business, man.
The first down for the Cadets.
This was business,
good
bro.
Job by Kenny O'Neal running a good out route right there. Made the sure catch and picked up 11 yards.
Ball resting on the hash mark near side of the field on the 37 of the Red Terrors.
They're gonna come after him here.
Yeah,
and he's gonna get
couldn't get there that time. Look how clean he came, man.
Number 24, Danny
clean.
Robinzo.
There you go.
Get there that time.
Well, right there, they sold the house and brought them all. There was nobody.
Everybody, bro.
Free safety or anybody. If Dotson could have just laid the ball up there, Randy Gill was running down the middle of the field. They took the free safety. They brought everybody right there, try to stop him on first down and put him in a bad field position, kind of break some of Dotson's momentum that he had.
Big loss, 9-yard loss on the play at second down and 19. Ball back on the 47-yard line with a pitch back to Gill, and Gill's not going to get anywhere as flags go down. Gill's going to lose a yard or two. Flags down the other side of the field.
That's going to be an illegal formation on
smashed
illegal
that
procedure
time.
on Benedictine. They only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage. They only had 10 guys on the field. Brady Cannon came off the field and probably should have stayed out there, so they only gave them 6 people on the line of scrimmage. Glenn will decline the penalty, which will, of course, move it to 3rd down.
So now it'll be 3rd and 19 with the penalty being declined.
If you're a BC fan, you might have been hoping they didn't pick that up, but Sonny DePhillips, the line judge on the other side, very alertly saw the illegal formation by BC and called the penalty.
Dotson, the pitch back to
Ziegler.
Ziegler fires it down the field to O'Neal.
Ooh.
Down to the 10.
Ooh.
First and goal for the Cadets on
clutch
a
right there, baby.
halfback option pass. Ziegler just laid it right out in his
Yes,
hands.
sir.
Let's take another look at it. What a gorgeous play.
That was gorgeous.
Well,
Ziegler firing it down to Kenny O'Neal.
Well, give Glenn credit. They actually had it covered. 2 guys back there were covering it, but because
Too
the ball
fast,
had a
man.
little bit of touch on it, it came up over. There you see the pitch back to Ziegler. He's left-handed, so they're going to throw it going to his left. He'll lay the ball up.
Nobody was even coming to block him.
Kenny O'Neal is really showing
was
his
so-
stuff
it was
as a
so-
freshman, only as a freshman right there.
It was locked. We had to kill him, man. Look at him. Play action, boy. Good catch, man.
Right there you see Kenny catch the ball, does a good job, needs to tuck it away right here before he gets in there.
Yeah, nice
That was
play. BC
that was a
ran
gap
one
play,
there.
man.
Gets down to about the 2-yard line.
That was a gap
It's gonna
play.
be 2nd down and goal from the 2.
If BC's had one major problem tonight, it has been in the running game. They haven't been able to get something going to get into the end zone, any kind of a whatever where they can hang their hat on. This is really where you need Lamar to be able to put some pressure on the corner right there and get in. If they get in, I wouldn't be surprised to see them have a pass play called right here, maybe a dive, and dump it over to Kenny O'Neal.
Dying seconds of the second half.
Players,
Run.
bootleg.
And Matthew Dotson
Bootleg.
wide open on the naked
Told you, man.
bootleg.
It's speed.
And in he goes for the score.
Speed, man.
Travis
Speed,
Simpson, the
man.
junior defensive end for Glenn, had a chance to look like he was going to close in on him, but Dotson showed some good speed.
Sure did. Hit
Yeah.
that corner, and there was nobody there. I think they were
Yes,
thinking maybe
bootleg.
the dive or something like that, Ty. And it's now 29-13 with 22 seconds to
You're on
play
the
in the
board.
third period. An impressive drive.
Well, BC's going to go ahead and try to go for 2
I go
here
for 2.
to get it back to a 14-point game.
Man, going to the slot now.
Might be a little odd right here to go for it. Go ahead and kick it right here and keep it
Yeah,
at
I
15. But if it works, then look for the slant here to Kenny O'Neal. They got him out here wide. They're going to try to attract everybody to the other side.
Ziegler
Get it
goes
to
in
him
motion.
quick.
Wide open.
And fires it into the end zone. He's got it.
Good job.
In there to Andrew Sowers, was it?
Yes, sir.
I believe.
No, 43.
that's-
That is Brady Cannon.
Brady Cannon. That's Brady Cannon.
Brady Cannon for the 2 points. And it's 29-15, and this crowd
Hey, we
is
turn it
finally
up.
have something to cheer about again.
Turn it
They
up.
sure do. I tell you what, they're going to get fired up right here and see they've got it to a 14.
Turn up is
game.
real now.
So, it gets them in a situation where now they can get back into it. Again, the little rule book that you go by for going for 1 and 2 may not have said go for 2 right there. But Coach Brackett went against it and was able to get it in there, now making a 14-point game.
So with 22 seconds to play in the third period, it's 29-15.
I was looking right there. That's Brady Cannon's 3rd catch on the season. I didn't remember him catching a whole lot of them right there, but on the season, that's only his 3rd catch, and couldn't have come in a better time right there. Now puts BC within 2 scores. So Glenn was a little inept on offense that last series, so we'll see if they're able to come back a little bit. BC's got to hurry, or they're going to get called for a delay of game. They've already blown the play clock in. BC's got to line up and kick it.
Matthew Dotson doing a great job at quarterback.
Glenn is actually expecting an onside kick right here.
So teeing it up, John Porzio.
Hurry up, John.
Everybody up.
And
For
they're
BC,
doing
they
it.
are going to do it. And he kicks it right to number 1, Marcus Norman, who does not play for BC.
No.
So it's going to be
so comment.
Well,
I'm not sure I'd have done that.
Oh, it's a little early
Right
right
from
there.
the cap.
You're giving Glenn, great field position. They got less than half the field to go. They've been moving the ball well. You put a lot of pressure on your defense here.
Well, BC
cool.
defense has played pretty well so far.
Well, they have
in the second half, and we're going to see. But it looks like Glenn's going to get into more of a run formation. We're going to see a little bit of John Moody here on this series.
In the eye, and there's Moody, and Moody gets smeared shy of the line of scrimmage. You may have lost a half a yard or so.
Sure did. Great job right there by several cadets. I think Roosevelt Pugh coming through from his linebacker position, getting in there and getting in the backfield before.
And the ever-present Mr. Tuttle.
Well, Matt Tuttle and Cody Thomas.
So now I got to play outside linebacker now.
I'm sure I haven't seen Cody's over here on the sideline. He hurt himself on that punt.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the fourth quarter here with the ball game.
That's the final play of the third period. We have 12 minutes to go, and it's 29-15 in favor of Glenn. There you see Donald Chumley.
And we back, baby. Let's go ahead and kick this off. Fourth quarter now. Down 14 to 20? No, 15 to 29. Fourth quarter. Let's go.
Had a great career. Played well here in high school at Groves.
Yes, he did.
And then went off to Georgia.
Well,
but nobody's perfect, right?
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay.
But I see, looking down on the sideline, you see Lamar Owens in his letter jacket. You see Cody Thomas sitting very sadly on the sideline. Those are two guys right there that BC cannot afford to be without. But to BC's credit, it always seems to be something like that they rally behind. They lose Lamar Owens. Matt Dodson comes in. He's running a offense pretty well. They lose Cody Thomas, and now the defense is really stepping up and playing well. So sometimes it's not despite them, but it's in spite of them. Doing well, even though they've lost some of their key players.
So Franco Johnson.
We playing that slot.
Give is going to go straight ahead to Brian Wise.
We playing that DB.
Wise gets a couple.
Well, Glenn very smartly went back to their spread formation with 3 receivers, but again, when you're nursing a 14-point lead, they've just decided to try to keep it on the ground.
3rd down and about 8. Ball at the BC 48.
This is probably some of what Coach Walsh was talking about. They're not executing their offense as well as they did in the first half.
Stepping that D up.
Look for Franco to pass here. And
Come here, boy.
Oh, man.
Good tackle, boy. Oh, that's intentional grounding?
Intentional grounding out of that, but there was a player in the vicinity.
There was.
Wow. We got away with
They're
that one.
not going to get it.
I got news for you. If you're a BC fan, you're hoping for a little higher pass. The level was over there for BC. I think that was I didn't see who it was. Whoever was over there for BC was in front of the receiver. So if that ball had been thrown a little higher, we might have had 6 points the other way. So if you were going to boo anything, you boo him for throwing it short.
Johnson managed to keep his feet. Matt Tuttle was in on him like the old white on rice, as they say.
Right,
and so I'm getting ready to punt it away.
Let's go, y'all.
Is Glenn. Fumbles it.
Give me that.
BC going after the ball. Chasing it down.
Kicking it in.
Hey.
There you go.
Let's go. That's how you come out of 4th quarter, baby. Turn up.
And the BC crowd is on their feet.
Yeah, it's about an energy swing now, boy.
They could close the gap to 7 here in short order.
Well, I tell you, Grover Collins, somebody get a watch on him because he covered that 30 yards as quickly as you possibly could.
He's going out for cross country.
He had his mind made on a touchdown. He saw his name in tomorrow's Savannah Morning News. He was friend right there. BC has had a knack. I tell you what, though, Glenn helped him with a bad snap.
Yep.
And then on top of that, the punter did not come up with it very cleanly. Touchdown here makes this a very interesting last fourth quarter.
Matthew Dotson, heck of a little league baseball player, gives it off to Travis West. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Yours truly.
One intentional.
We gotta see that one more time.
May have gotten it, and the BC crowd.
Let's see that one more time. Touchdown.
They could close the gap to 7 here in short order.
Well, I tell you what, Grover Collins. Somebody
touchdown.
Get a on him
Smashed
he covered that 30 yards as quickly as you possibly could.
He's going out for cross country.
He had his mind made on a touchdown. He saw his name in tomorrow's Savannah Morning News. He was friend right there. BC has had a knack. I tell you what, though, Glenn helped him with a bad snap.
Yep.
And then on top of that, the punter did not come up with it very cleanly. Touchdown here makes this a very interesting last fourth quarter.
Matthew Dotson, heck of a little league baseball player, gives it off to Travis West. Touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
West.
Let's go. Let's go. Swung that thing now. Sound. Need that sound, man. Where the sound at? Where the sound? Where the sound? Fumble. They need that sound. We can watch that play. Hold on, we watch that play. Gotta watch the silence though. Oh no. Not shit. What's that play? We got a fumble play. Yeah, that's it. He fumbled. Got the ball back. This sideline, man. God. Oh, we moving. We got sound. Right at the fumble.
Didn't see it, and of course we don't have a camera on that side. You won't be able to get much.
Oh, missed a touchdown, too. Hold on. It's a touchdown right here. It's a touchdown right here. Yeah. Got it. Good hands. Good hands, boy. Touchdown. And there's up. Yes, sir. So it's all about to come back, baby. Get out the way, ref. Get out the way, ref. We need some sound, though, man. Get out the way, ref. Tied up. That's tied up now.
Didn't see it, and of course we don't have a camera on that side. You won't be.
Fuck. I think he fumbled he fumbled the kick. Oh yeah, he get bust up. He fumbled. He fumbled right there. Right, get the ball back. We got the ball back. Yo.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was just maybe a flag or
Brian
something.
McBride somehow came up with the ball. Folks, we need a replay on this
Oh
one.
my word.
There was a big pile up, and evidently the ball squirted out from the side. I didn't see it. And of course, we don't have a camera on that side. You won't be able to get
real.
Yeah, we
exactly.
as good as this is, we don't have the reverse angle camera this week, but we're working on it for next week, folks.
Fred, we got to work on one on the other side there to give us that.
29,
Holy
7:07
cow.
to go.
Send your donations to the Savannah Art Academy to buy a camera for the other
They're only
side.
about $10,000, folks.
They take a check.
Dotson
Giving
it off to West.
Ooh.
West breaks
Ooh.
2 or 3 tackles. He's going to get a yard
Hold on
or
the ball.
two. He's going to. My word, what a determined run. He
Yeah.
didn't get very.
You see, we're gonna run that back one more time.
Didn't see it. And of course, we don't have a camera on that side. You won't be able to get much of it.
Horse, bro. Horse.
Exactly.
As good as this is, we don't have the reverse angle camera this week.
Horse.
Working on it for next week, folks.
Fred, we got to work on one on the other side there to give us that.
29,
Holy
7:07
cow.
to go.
Send your donations to the Savannah Art Academy to buy a camera for the other
They're only
side.
about $10,000, folks.
They take a check.
Dotson
Spin.
it off to West.
Truck.
West breaks 2 or 3 tackles.
Spin.
He's going to get
Hold
a
on
yard
the ball.
or two. He's going to. My word, what a determined run. He
Well,
didn't get very
turn up
much,
is real.
but Sure was impressive.
Turn
the
up is
mow
real.
On your side, it gets into everybody. Travis West has got the mow in his chest. He feels it tighten up. He got a chance to get it. Now, what BC's trying to do is you
That
know,
was
just
the toughest 2 yards of the night.
work it down a little bit. The field goal situation's a little tough because Porzio's normal holder is Lamar Owen.
You're going to want to see this one again, and we're going to be back. We'll have the
Well, I
replay for you
guarantee
tomorrow
this
at
might
3.
be the most watched replay in Savannah.
Hey.
Tomorrow at 3, and then Wednesday afternoon at 3.
They're coming after him right here. Nobody's
Set your
in center field.
VCR.
Throw it up.
Dotson
Nobody
trying to
blocking,
get
man.
away. He won't.
And
Yes.
he's going to knock him
gets
way
ball
out of field goal range. There's nothing he could do there.
Night.
Well, he shouldn't have been in that position. Could see that one coming. So it's going to be second down and good heavens, 1.5 miles.
Well, BC's going to call timeout after that play. Glen Academy, like they've done several plays before, they sold the farm, brought them all. Dotson, and I'm sure that's what if you show Coach
Bro,
Brackett
everybody.
right there in that huddle, what you're going to see is he was looking at Dotson saying, you got to get rid of it. Throw it up right there and give him a chance to run under it like you've been doing. He didn't do it and took the, what is that? Because he gained 3, so
How much would have been
10,
intentional?
15.
It couldn't have been too much more than intentional grounding. Just get rid of the darn thing.
well, that's at the point of the foul. So at that point right there, it might have been. That was an 18-yard loss. But I guess the one thing we've come to expect here in the last quarter and a half is don't count them out.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Never count us out.
6:04 to go. It's 29-29.
The worst part about that does, like I said, it puts them into a situation where a field goal is not really within the realm of the possibility. They need to get pretty much 20 yards, 25 yards to have a chance for a field goal on 4th down. course, 25 would give them a first down, but I guess around 20 to have another chance for a field goal. Let's see if they're going to sell the farm. Now, they're going to stay back on defense, play just a two deep zone, a little bit of.
Third down and 23.
Oh, they're bringing them again.
Travis West in the back. Dotson fires it right over the middle. It's complete. Ziegler gets it. They pick up about 7 or 8 yards on the play, but they needed a lot more than that. So that's going to bring up fourth down and about 20.
Well, Coach Brackett right now showing something. He's got a lot of confidence in his defense. He's not going to punt it, play for overtime. He's going to go for it right now, even though it is 4th and 18.
Yeah.
But Dotson got it away right there. The little
sure
pep
did.
Go for it right now, even though it is 4th and 18.
Yeah.
But Dotson got it away right there. The little
sure
pep.
Did.
Oh, they're going to call timeout. I'm not so sure a pooch kick wouldn't be the best thing right here. Let Dotson.
Yeah, that's right. Let Glenn make the mistakes. 5:28 to go. BC trying to drive again. It's 29-29. We'll be right back.
Tie ball game, baby.
5:28 to go. And BC is 4th and 18.
Well, what they did is they reconsidered.
Going to go for it.
Now they reconsider right there. I think you're going to see Dotson with a punt right here, and that's the smart move. Back Glenn up right here. I tell you what, needs to angle for that left sideline. Try to get the ball out on about the 10-yard line and back Glenn up. Their offense has not shown any kind of ability to move it here in this second half. So back them up and then give your team a chance right there on defense.
Blake Ferguson and Travis Drayton are deep. That little pooch kick you were talking about, angling for the sidelines and out of bounds. That probably wanted it to go a little deeper.
Yeah. Well, there was no return. Yeah, you're right. You'd have liked to have about 6 or 7 more yards on it. But, again, now that your defense, which has played so well, the pressure's on them to stop them.
So the Red Terrors will put it in play.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard quite much out of this BC radio crew. This Glenn radio crew behind us. I think they're as much in shock as the Glenn offense is.
I don't doubt it. This game was just well in hand.
There's no way you could have predicted the offense to go inept like this.
And the give is going to go straight ahead to Mr. Wise, and Wise breaks through and gets first down yardage up to near the 30-yard line and breaks out of the pack.
Now, that's what he did early in that first quarter that he hadn't done any here in the second half.
Yeah, that's his best run of the second half by far. He'd only been getting like 2 or 3 yards.
That might be the first rushing yard, because I don't think they've got much more than that with all the sacks, and that might be finally put them in the positive in the second half.
Clock running, 5:11 to go. It's 29-29. West is going to get it again, and he's going to get drilled and stopped immediately.
But now Wise is back to getting those 1 or 2 yards that he was getting good. Wasn't able to get in through right there.
Gets just about nothing. They're not going to give him any gain on the play whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, Glenn's doing a couple of things a little bit different by sending the back end motion, trying to at least not allow the BC defense to concentrate on what's going on. They give him no gain. I thought he gained a couple of yards, but no, they right at the line of scrimmage. So good play by the BC defense.
They called his momentum dead. He did break away and get a yard or two, but they'd already blown the whistle. 2nd and 10. Give to Wise. He's going to break open. Gets about 5. As he crosses the 35-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and a long 5.
Bill, this whole second half, does it not look like he's about just a shoestring away from breaking big plays?
Yeah,
they've gotten a hand on him, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
He can't weigh more than $1.25 because one hand is just taking him off.
Probably just tired.
Well,
that's what can show. We're inside 4 minutes now. Score is tied.
Your feet start getting a little heavy here late in the fourth quarter. They're going to give it to him and see if he can pick up the first. He does not. He does.
Close. He got a little second effort there, and he may give it to him. They're going to mark it at the 40, and he may have the first down. We'll have to measure.
No, they're going to go ahead and mark it.
They're going to mark it. Okay. Just across the 40-yard line, which is where he needed to get, and it's another first down for the Red Terrors.
BC hit him with about a 4-yard gain, but he was able to fight forward for the other 2 yards and give Glenn new life with another set of downs.
BC really needs to hold it here.
Got no choice, man.
And the give is going to go to Wise. He is going to bounce off of a tackler and get about 3 or 4 more as he gets over near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he giving me a break.
It'll be second down and about 6.
Well, BC really needs to go back to disguising their defense a little bit. Get Roosevelt Pugh back in there to play linebacker. Matt Tuttle did a great job right there of taking on a couple of blockers and causing a pile right there. But BC's just outnumbered. They got 4 defensive linemen and 1 linebacker on 5 linemen and a tight end. So they outnumbered 6-5 right there, and it's showing.
Fumble.
But it looked like Franco Johnson fell on the ball.
He did. Roosevelt Pugh was there to make sure, though, if it had come out.
So that'll bring up third down and about 9. The ball resting now on the 41-yard line.
Well, now we're going to see if Franco Johnson's got that passing form that he had in the first half. He has not. I'm going to go out on a limb here. They have not completed a pass in the second half, would you say?
I don't think so.
And that I can remember.
I can't remember one either.
After, I don't think, missing a pass in the first half.
Really. 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Watch for a screen.
29-29. Johnson, the pass. It's incomplete. Bounced off Ziegler's hand. Well, it was intended out there.
Ziegler needs to get something on it. It went right through his hands, and then it hit
Bud Bennett.
Bud Bennett right in the numbers. It came up in the air, and one of the receivers caught the ball way out of bounds. So it brings up a 4th down for them. They're going to have to punt the ball away with BC only a couple of minutes to try to keep this game from going to overtime.
And, of course, the Georgia Highly Screwed Up Association has one of the worst overtimes you've ever heard in your life. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, we were talking about it.
Thanks.
Ooh.
Boy, he took his time getting that one off.
Yes,
but, boy, he got off a boomer. And Ziegler's not going to touch it. Just let it go. And it takes a nice Glenn roll down to about the 16-yard line.
Well, Bill, I can tell you right now, we probably need to start talking about overtime because at this point in the field with minute and 55, Coach Tommy Brackett is not going to do anything to put his team in jeopardy of losing, I think, in regulation.
Yes, Georgia High School Association plays 2 5-minute halves.
Crazy.
Very
The
much.
key word there is halves. It is a mini game, kind of like a mini me. It is 2 halves of football.
They sat there. They sat up long and hard thinking up that one with the infield fly rule and everything else.
Well, contrary, they're going to come out in the passive formation. Give Dotson a chance maybe to do something here.
And he's back to pass. He floats it right up to Kenny, and it's intercepted. Intended out there for Kenny O'Neill, and they went to the well one time too many, and Travis Drayton went high and intercepted it.
Well, that's exactly what I said right there. I really didn't expect, Glenn Academy, the one weapon they do have that we haven't seen is over the past 4 or 5 years, they have an excellent field goal kicker. And they only need about 15 yards to be in his range.
Just sit me in that.
See if BC can cover.
Glenn takes it with 1:49 to go. Let's see what happens. Johnson looking to pass. Fire is going to be complete. To Drayton down on his knees. That's not Drayton. That is number 9. We don't have him.
Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson. He's actually labeled as the freshman. They've just got freshmen in the program.
Well, the clock continues to run.
Second down and about 2. And Glenn's going to be penalized probably 5 yards for illegal procedure.
No, it's against BC.
Is it?
Yeah, he came across the line and hit him out there.
Oh. All I saw was number 50 stand up for the Red Terrors.
Grover Collins got a little excited right there.
Offside.
That's just
by my recollection, that puts them in field goal range right now.
So Glenn gets the automatic first down with the 5-yard penalty because they only had second down and 2. 29-29. Franco Johnson looking to pass. Now he's going to run. He's got room down the sidelines, and he's knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 6. inside the 20.
BC's got a hurt player down. I believe that's going to be Grover Collins.
Oh,
sure.
man,
Sophomore
shot.
defensive lineman who's been filling in for Michael Porter.
Getting up slowly and
And
going to
it
be
looks like
limping
a
off the
cramp.
field.
That's just what they need, another injury. Probably
Yeah.
the group that's got the biggest work is the St. Joseph's Candler Sports Medicine group tonight. They've gotten their they've had their work cut out for them right now. Looking on the sideline right now, see sitting over there rooting for him. Played such a superb second half.
109 to go. 29-29. A sensational comeback for the Cadets, but was it for naught? Fires complete
We have a
to the
penalty.
10-yard line.
We do have a penalty flag down over here on this sideline. I'm not sure what that is unless it's offsides on BC or maybe some sort of illegal formation. Let's see what we've got.
Blake
We got-
Ferguson with the catch. The referees
Watch out there,
discussing it.
Illegal
Procedure.
procedure.
Boy,
Big.
that came at an opportune time for the Cadets.
Well, I
Big.
was looking out here and it looked like they had too many people off of the line of scrimmage and had with an illegal formation. They didn't have
Didn't have
enough
6
people
men on the line.
Didn't have 6 people on the line. A little confusion on the formation. Franco Johnson questioning the call, the quarterback for Glenn. That's one of those ones you might could consider a little bit of mama's cooking. But anyway, I was looking out here and I agree with the call from John Crosby, the line judge out here.
There you see, we're inside a minute. We're inside a minute, ticking down to 46 seconds and counting. Back to pass. Johnson fires over the middle, complete and hit and dropped immediately as Travis Drayton. Bringing up 3rd down and about 5.
Glenn's going to have to take a timeout, try to stop it. They were caught in bounds. And it's 3rd down and 4 with 34 seconds right here. I look for them right here to run the ball to the middle of the field and try to get themselves into good field position for a game-winning field goal. It's 3rd and 5. Don't try for the first down right here, not with the kind of kickers. I saw him beforehand. I've got my van parked a little bit in the goalpost there, and I tell you what, he was out around the 40, and he was nailing the back of my van then. So I look for him to maybe run some sort of unbalanced here and try to get the ball at least to the middle, an off tackle or something, run wise to the left. And that's Brian Wise. It's not saying that it is wise to run to the left, as it could have been mistaken. You didn't mistake that.
I didn't, but it may be wise to give it to Wise. He's
there you go.
Certainly broken some.
I think Glenn Academy does have one more timeout, but even as such, they would have. I would think they would have enough time to run the clock out there. And if I'm BC, I'm probably calling timeout here anyway. I wouldn't let them just run out and kick it with time running out. But they're going to line up in a.
BC fans on their feet. The 15 people that came up from Brunswick are also on their feet. Franco Johnson looking to pass. Gets clobbered back there at the 20-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, Bill, if he makes this field goal by 2 yards, that's going to be a – BC needs to call timeout, save the clock.
4th down and 5. And finally a whistle. Clock continuing to run. 12 seconds, 10. They're just going to let it run out, Todd.
Glenn's going to let it run down, and then Glenn's going to call timeout here.
All right.
And they're going to
– It's exactly what they've done. They've called timeout with 4 seconds to go, and the field goal team coming on.
Well, what you're going to see here is the old ice trick. I'm sure that Glenn will go out and line up. BC will call timeout, give him some time to think about it. This is the exact same situation they were in a year ago, but BC blocked this kick to hold on to a victory. They were up, I want to say, by just 1 or 2 points, or maybe they were up by 3, and this would have tied it, but my memory doesn't I'm trying to check some writing history.
It says something on the.
I know they blocked 2 field goals to keep it, but I'm not sure what the score was last year. The last one they blocked was only within a couple of seconds.
Joey Bullen.
It's all riding right here. We're either going to OT or going home.
Joey Bullen will try one from 36 yards. It's up.
No good.
He drills it. It's off to the left. It had plenty of distance.
No good.
It's OT.
Yes, sir.
And the clock is registering 0. We go to that stupid mini overtime system.
All right. You want me to give the Reader's Digest version here?
Yeah.
We're going to play 2 5-minute. They're going to retoss. They're going to go to 2 5-minute overtimes. It's not sudden death like in the NFL.
No.
It doesn't matter who scores. They do keep score, but it doesn't matter who scores first or anything like that. They're going to play 2 5-minute overtimes, and at the end of that time, at the end of those 2 5-minute halves, and they are halves, they're not quarters.
Yeah.
Difference meaning that at the end of the first 5 minutes, it's like at the end of the half, and therefore each team, what that guarantees, Bill, is that each team will have at least one possession for whatever that's worth, because somebody will get it to start the first half and somebody will get it to start the second half. There's really no it's pretty much like a mini game. If you win the toss here, you'll defer to the second half, just like you did. What the hardest part here is the 2 administrators have got to come out and meet, because they have to go on the sidelines to mark. If the score is tied at the end of both halves, and that's what you're seeing. I think Coach Brackett just said the same thing. I'm watching his lips. If the score is tied at the end of the 2 halves,
we have to get out the slide rules.
You will see them marking on the sideline. So
pocket calculators.
They will be marking on the sideline. They should have 2 orange cones or sideline markers. They will be marking the deepest penetration of each offense. And the team with the deepest penetration will be awarded 1 point.
And that's the Reader's Digest version, folks. If we tried to explain it to you, I mean, Congress couldn't have come up with something this convoluted.
Pretty much. You see in the center.
This is like the tax code.
What you see in the center right now is you see Miss Burke, the principal. Now we've got the principal for Benedictine. We can get a shot out on midfield. The principal for Benedictine is talking with, it looks like, the assistant principal from Glen Academy, and they're going over their procedures. And I'm sure that when Miss Burke got here, she was not thinking she was going to have to go on the field, but she has to go out there.
Now, they
don't trust anybody else.
What is this procedure for? We know what the rules are. What the heck do they have to do with anything?
The administrators have to come out and they talk about what their role is. And the administrator's role.
Their role is to watch.
No, their role is they mark the orange cone.
Oh, please.
The administrators hold the cones, and they will mark the cones. So, Fred, down in the booth, we're going to have somebody maybe keep an eye on them marking the cones here. Maybe one of our cameras. But you see, Sonny.
Were they drunk when they came up with this? Good Lord, this is
all
complicated.
Right. Glenn won the toss, and they have deferred. Glenn won the toss. They've deferred, so BC will get the ball to start the overtime.
You know, the Kansas shootout works so well. You put the ball on the 10-yard line. Each team gets a chance to score.
Well, it works so well because, you can be here for a long time, Georgia. And as we stated several weeks ago, Georgia High School's answer here is that in 10 minutes of play, it's going to be over. Not 3, 4, 5, 6.
Phooey. I've seen the Kansas shootout used on numerous occasions over the last 25 years. The game has rarely lasted more than another 3 minutes.
Bill.
Yes.
I have seen some 3 or 4 overtimes.
Stupid.
And you see now they're taking the 2 administrators over to the sideline, and they're going to go over them. And Coach Brackett right now, he's scratching his head, going, "Did I go over with her?"
I don't know what we're on for, but anyway, we're glad to see it. This is just
we appreciate it.
Overtime.
Well, Coach Brackett's on the sideline now, and he's scratching his head, going, "Have I gone over with her what she's supposed to do?" There you go. So,
okay, get us off, okay? We got to turn off this light.
We can't see the field. There.
Thank you.
Oh.
Overtime, baby.
Here we go. Folks, we're in overtime. This is one of those situations. I mean, the problem that I have with it, and I agree with Bill, don't think I'm trying to defend it. The problem I have, you get too many people involved. There's too many things involved with this overtime that are not part of the regular game. And this is where we got back. Charlie Smith got mad at me a couple of weeks ago because he thought I was criticizing him of something he did against Effingham, and I was not. It was a great move on his part. He actually let Effingham score because they had penetrated deeper than he had, and his only way of winning the game was to let Effingham score and to get the ball back and to try to score also, which was a smart move on his part. And Charlie, if you're watching this replay again later, I commended you then, and I apologize if you misunderstood my comments. But here we go with overtime. 2 5-minute halves. I'll try to revive Bill here from
Gee whiz.
his letter to Tommy Gillibo on Monday.
Is that who's in charge of this wacky organization
This is
now?
it. That's him. He's the man.
Georgia Highly Screwed Up Association strikes again. Okay, Bulletin's kick goes deep into the end zone, where it's fielded there by John Ziegler. Brooks Ziegler. Where'd I get John Ziegler from?
I don't know. Now
I have no idea.
You're going to look over on the sideline. You'll see the cones. Miss Burke for
the cones.
for Benedictine has put her cone down.
No cones in football.
Wow.
So Ziegler, or rather Porzio, back to punt. He gets a high floater away. It's going to be taken. It's going to be missed.
That's
Travis.
the break they needed, folks.
And BC, I think, tried to fall on the football.
Oh, no, they didn't get it.
Take us to the field, man.
Sorry you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Came close. BC almost had the break they needed. Thought it was going to be the luck of the Irish.
Well, that right there would have been the icing on the cake if you're Glen Academy. They did botch they muffed the punt. BC had 2 chances. There were 2 people down there had a chance to recover. Neither of them got it. Had they got it, it would have put them into excellent field position with a chance to win the game. That's going to be that right there. Don't look for Glen Academy to get too fancy here on offense.
Handoff is going to go to Moody. Moody gets nothing.
I'm not sure about the timeout situation. BC, they do carry over, so whatever they had left in regulation do carry over. Here in the booth, he's trying to focus. We got a situation here with the cameras. Hang with us here, folks. I know it's an exciting time to be losing cameras.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. To the other camera, man.
Wise up the middle. He's not able to even get back to the line of scrimmage, so they're going to have a 3rd and 10 situation.
There we go.
We're trying to get one camera working so far.
Come on, let's get back
Like
to
a
it.
hiding game here, the Super Bowl. We're
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Of course, if they'd played this game the way they were supposed to, we wouldn't be worried about this. But nevertheless, it's 29-29. There's 2:28 to go in the second half of the overtime period.
Well, what happened right now, Glenn's actually going to take a delay of game. And that's not what they wanted to do. They were going to actually try to call timeout. There was a miscommunication between Coach Tully. He thought he had more time, and he was going to call timeout, but they let it go to a delay of game, which all that does is going to make a chance to make the field a little bit shorter here when BC, if they can, hold them here and force them to punt. Glen Academy now is going to take that timeout that they wanted to stop the clock with.
So it's timeout on the field with 2:20 to go in the second half of the overtime period.
Thank you.
And the score tied 29-29, but Glen is ahead on penetration. 2 Seagulls, Gertrude and Heathcliff. I think I'll come up with an overtime rule. Gee whiz.
Those characterizations brought to you by the multi-talented Bill Edwards.
Mercy sakes alive.
Well, I'm not sure, again, of the time situation. I would assume that if BC stops Glen rather quickly here on a run play, that BC would call timeout in order to salvage as much time for their offense as possible. Again, BC's offense will be not necessarily trying to score, but will be somehow trying to reach the 31-yard line of Glen Academy.
So the crowd
go.
coming to its collective feet.
They don't know what they're cheering about,
They have
but they
no
just.
idea why they're cheering.
Well, I would say there's maybe 10% that know what's going on. The other 90% just said, hey, the guy next to me got up and cheered. I want to do it too.
It's third down and about 15
Well,
for the Red Terrors.
Looks like Glenn may do them a favor and throw the ball. They come out in their passing formation.
Back to pass is Johnson. He's being pursued.
He doesn't have to call me Johnson.
Yo, fumble.
Fumble the ball.
Woo!
Got it.
They got it this time.
Woo!
Ziegler has it.
And they've got to get 3
Let's
yards,
go.
Bill. Sorry about that.
2:08 to go, and John Ziegler may have just saved it for the Cadets.
Naughty. Two
And he's
jambled
beside
the tackle.
himself.
Now,
Matt Tuttle went out and
Which
whacked
is-
him on the helmet and knocked him down.
which is really hard to do. Have you ever tried to get beside yourself?
Yeah, yeah, it is difficult.
Bill, they may not understand, but all they know is BC's
Gap
got
play,
the
baby.
ball.
Good
And
fumble.
you're going to
Good
see
defense.
if
Let's take a look at it.
well, don't.
If
All
we,
right.
do it if we can do it very
Here we're
quickly.
going to see him come out right here,
Naughty.
and I'm even more miffed than I
Zero
was
in it.
before, Bill. Here you go. You can't really see it because
No.
he's going to get down.
Bring it back. Bring it back live.
I hope they're going to hand this ball off.
No, Dodson's going to pass. Fires it over the middle, and it's
Damn.
complete.
Never
He's
got
going to
one.
go in for the touchdown.
Yes,
do that.
sir. Let's go, baby.
Don't do that.
Kenny O'Neill.
Don't do that.
Now that's the ironic thing about this double overtime
That'll be
system.
game, man.
A lot of the BC fans, I bet you a lot of people think they've won the game. They
Exactly.
haven't.
Well,
There's still 2 minutes to play.
if Glenn scores, BC will lose, even if it's a tie game because of penetration. And there's probably people who are wondering what I'm talking about when they see this replay.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I'm very happy, and it may work out just fine. So what we're saying may be all for naught, but Glenn will get a chance.
Orzio will put it through. It's up, and it is good.
Good, baby.
It's 35, 36.
Got to score to win, but the thing is,
If they score,
and kick an extra point, they win the game
Yeah.
in penetration, by penetration. And there may be a lot of people here that when they see this replay, it'll be the first time they realize that. And again, we're not belittling the people who are here and their knowledge.
no,
It's just not very conventional. And like I said,
not very conventional.
well,
Designed by a bunch of guys that didn't have the IQ of a philodendron.
all we're saying is they didn't have to do that. They
Yeah.
could have quarterback sneaked it
Yeah.
and gotten 4 yards and run a lot of time off and won the game 30-29.
Mm.
And I'm sure Coach Brackett's well aware of it, and I commend them. But now they put a lot of pressure. Let's give them credit. They put a lot of pressure on Glenn. Glenn is going to have to go down and score. But we saw, I think, about a 40-second drive, a couple of minute drive in the first half. So there's no reason to think that Glenn can't do it. They will be going into the win. And I'm liable to get a bunch of phone calls Monday of people, but so be it.
I'm probably going to get a call from the Georgia High
Crazy
School Association
overtime
if they know how to
rules,
use
man.
a telephone. Line drive kick that's fumbled, picked up,
What's up?
and he's still going. That's number 13,
Get up,
Tony Floyd.
Well, Franco Johnson and the Glenn offense have got to score right now and kick an extra point. If they do, they'll win the game. They're up on penetration.
And
That's in their pocket.
BC man is hurt. Nardis Walker.
That's not good. He's one of the top defensive backs for BC.
Impact
They're going to
player.
need him right here in the very near future.
Now, see, this is another thing about the overtime. You've played all this extra time. These kids are tired, and there's a bigger chance of injury. And Nardis Walker is a classic example.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a cramp or
Now,
something.
if you do the Kansas shootout, this thing would have been over a half an hour ago. But you endanger these kids. I mean, the only way this makes sense is if the Georgia High School Association wants to kill our kids.
It's 11 o'clock. We've been out here a while, and he is a little cramped up.
Uh-huh.
All right, you're going to see if there's any more high potency left in this Glen offense, they're going to need it right here. Get upfield and get out of bounds and stop the clock. I'm not sure about the timeout situation.
1:53 to go. There you see the clock and the score. Back to pass. Johnson looking. Fires it downfield. And did he catch it or did he trap it? They said he trapped it.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. It was intended for Travis Drayton.
I think if Johnson could have planted his foot right there and gotten a little bit more on it, they would have had a big gainer.
Or Jermaine Johnson. We guess it's Jermaine Johnson. He's after number 8 in the program, except it just says freshman.
He doesn't have to call me Johnson.
He doesn't have to. I haven't seen Raymond J. Johnson in years. What the heck happened to him? With a group, comedy group called the Ace Trucking Company years ago.
He doesn't have to.
Johnson firing it down once again. This one is complete. He's hit, and they're going to probably call it incomplete.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it is.
He held it for a second.
Travis Drayton got clobbered immediately on a great defensive play. And Ziegler looks up in the stands and just says, yeah. 1:37 to go.
I tell you what, Bill, if BC holds on, I would have to say your co-players of the week in the Coastal Empire are Kenny O'Neill and Matthew Dotson. What a great effort. BC smartly putting some pressure on.
Over the head of Blake Ferguson.
Boy, this is one of those games Glen Academy is just going to go home and kick themselves.
92 seconds to go.
They left something in the locker room at halftime.
Boy, they did.
But that's the great thing about high school football.
Well, we thought the Camden County ending was really something. This is unbelievable. 4th down. Johnson back to pass. Being pursued. He's going to run. He's got plenty of room. But he's got it.
No.
They were back in the prevent defense, and all that does is prevent you from winning.
Well, they got to reset the chains. Glen will get.
So Glen gets another shot at it, and they still got 80 seconds on the clock.
Johnson's tired. I tell you what, that run took a lot out of him, to give the kid credit.
Johnson looking to pass again, fires, and it's over the head of number 9 of Jermaine Johnson. And we take another look at Johnson's run.
In a dream sequence there.
Yes. Johnson looking.
Comes through right here. Right now he's made the decision to run the ball.
Yeah.
He's got to get 10 yards, and from that point he's got to gain 16. Good little fake right there. Gets up. Who has a shot? Matt Tuttle right there changes his direction. Not sure who that was. Had a chance for him.
Nice run.
2nd and 10.
Back to live action. 1:08 to go. And Johnson fires, intercepted by Ziegler. That's going to do it. He's back upfield. He's down to the 40 and just falls down.
Game time, baby.
Benedictine is going to win this ball game.
Game time, baby.
59 seconds to go. And Blake Ferguson just threw his helmet down in total disgust. The Red Terrors let this one slip away. Something fierce, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at it from about the midpoint of the action. Watch Ziegler's interception.
Johnson right there lets it go, but it's really
here comes Ziegler.
It's got nobody on it.
I don't know who he was intending it for.
Looked like it was intended for I already put up my roster.
Moody.
Moody, it sure
Moody was the only one in the frame.
BC was down right here, and Bill, I guess if we get criticized, it'll be for the fact that we're giving Glen credit for but give BC credit for coming back and finding a way to win. To recap it, Lamar Owen goes down. Starting quarterback runs in. Matthew Dotson, who has really just been used as pretty much a mop-up situation. He does have a lot of quality experience. Cody Thomas starting strong safety and their leading tackler on defense. He goes out. And you're down by 22 points with a sophomore quarterback who's got a lot of history in his blood. And I tell you what, he used every ounce of it today.
Boy,
I tell you what, brothers and daddies are very proud of that young man, and they should be.
His dad played at the Citadel, then later played baseball.
And we're not downplaying, but this has really just been a tale of two halves.
It really has.
Glenn, and I go back to the comment that Jim Walsh Sr. told me at halftime that in the previous 6 games, they had never seen Glenn execute with the perfection that they did in the first half. Glenn came out ready to go, but it was just a situation of just too good for their own good.
You're absolutely right. 56 seconds to go.
And next week we will have the next stumbling block for Benedictine in their quest for the sub-regions. They'll take on Bradwell right here at Memorial Stadium again. We'll see Bradwell, and it'll be homecoming for Benedictine.
And so downing it once more, and Glenn's going to call timeout. Now they need one of those plays, Ty, where they just sort of run around. Does Glenn have any more timeouts?
I don't think so. But it's
did they get an extra one? Did they get 10 more extra timeouts in the overtime period?
No, just one.
Okay.
But it is added on to how many ever you had in the leftover. So it's going to be 3rd down, even though they don't want to move the down marker over there on the sideline.
They need just one of those plays where they don't do anything but just hand it back off to each other or something and just run around and just run the time off the clock.
What you would probably see here is BC run around a little bit or just down it on 3rd down, take a delay a game possibly, or run it down as far as they can and then call timeout.
Well, delay a game doesn't do you any good right now because the clock stopped.
Well, you're going to run the entire 25 seconds of the next play.
Yeah.
They'll probably call timeout just before they get the delay. Or you can put them up to the line of scrimmage. Right now, you do see the BC defense getting together on the sideline. I think that's probably going to be a combination of the punt team and the defense to talk about what they've got to do. And basically, their job is to prevent us.
Good win, man.
Give up as much yardage as you want to, but don't give up a score.
Yep. So it's 3rd down and 12.
And it's kind of odd to be saying that, but that's the only thing that can beat them is a score because a touchdown, an extra point would give Glenn the win by penetration.
So now it's 4th down, and the clock is rolling at 42 seconds, 40, 41. And Benedictine will use as much time as they can on this one.
They will. They, I think, blew it in, at 35?
30 seconds. And you can see it right there on your screen.
They're going to let this go down a long, long way, and then they'll call timeout right before they get the delay of game penalty, or they may just go ahead and take a delay of game penalty. And they did.
So that stops the clock at 14 seconds. They're back a little further.
And now they're going.
All they have to do is take a snap now.
Well, they'll punt it. Although this wouldn't be a bad time to put your best guy back there and to fake some sort of punt and run just as wide as he can over here and run it down. I have done that before, but of course it helped to have your quarterback as the punter.
And BC does.
And they're short somebody. They've got him running on the field now. Dotson's a good quick kicker. He'll get this ball off. Jeff Disk came on late. Glenn's got to go for the block. They're going to sell out, and he does a great job. It doesn't matter where it goes, just got it off.
So Glenn Academy will have 8 seconds, and stranger things have happened.
To go 72 yards.
I've seen it happen.
And kick an extra point. Well, I tell you what, with the explosiveness of John Moody and some of those guys in the first half, I don't know where they went at halftime, but
they must have gotten on the bus.
Benedictine is up 36-29.
Eight seconds to go.
A little inside humor for those of you at home.
Our director is confused, but no
Give
more
BC
confused than
credit.
the rest of us. I'm telling you.
If this is an Irish holiday, they have
It will be now.
Ian Page needs to back on up. Leonardus Walker and Brooke Ziegler need to back on up some. They are. They've got to go 73 yards, and he's chunking it. I think we're going to get another pick, and we do.
Ziegler does it again.
That's over, believe it or not.
Let's go, fellas.
What a great win for Coach Tommy Brackett, his 50th win as the head coach, right?
Yes, number 50.
As the head coach of Benedictine. And this is one that he's going to remember.
Boy, and this is one that the Glenn folks are never going to forget.
Yeah, this is, I tell you what.
The final score, 36-29, Benedictine. I'm Bill Edwards along with Ty Rakovic. We'll be right back to wrap it up after this.
All right. So, there you have it. Start strong. Finish stronger, baby. It's the only way to do it, man. Till next time. Mahalo. For sure.